everybody, my name is Thibaut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the penultimate round of the 2025 LOS season. First round in the stock cars, last round with this car. It's the Phoenix 300. I hope you like the intro. Anyway, so still driving the BSR car, although this time no SGR partnership. New scheme. This is going to be the scheme going forward, modifications of this and all that. So this was the first round in LOS with this car. This is the second to last round of this year's season. Next round is at Cyan Speedway, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this. This race is at the LFS version of Phoenix Raceway. It's very, very slick though in comparison to the actual track. Obviously, building the LFS concrete has no grip, so laps are quite a bit slower than they are in real life, but it's still quite a challenge. Took a lot of drivers a lot of time to figure out, and yeah, let's go to the grid. Now on the grid, our safety driver Chris. You'll see him a lot. On pole was me. Same team as always, BSR Motorsports, no SGR, 9 LOS races, and I've won a few of them. In second place was Ban. He doesn't have a team as far as I'm aware. This was his first LOS start, and so he doesn't have any results. Qualifying in third was Tevez of the Hungarian team. One race, last race, he finished fourth. Qualifying fourth was our good friend Nov9 of the DRT team. 2 LOS races, he DNF'd last one, so his best result is still that P4. This driver we're not going to talk about for long. He broke the start rules. He got banned. And our last place starter is Vina, also DRT. Ran the Kyoto 400 last time out, but didn't finish that race. So, moving on to the race start. Let's go. So I told Chris to hold it on the grid for about 10 seconds. He immediately doesn't do that. So I'm basically backing down the pace because we crossed the split timer, as you can see. And I don't want us to run our fastest lap on the warm-up lap before the green. So I'm running us under 80 kilometers an hour because I know that'll be good enough. As you can see up in the top left, I just banned that driver who messed up the start. Quote-unquote messed up. He did it on purpose. Ban is not quite alongside me, which is fine. We're going around for another pace lap, so it's all good. Fortunately, we do run a slow enough lap, and I pick up the pace a little bit, about 10 kilometers an hour, versus before we got to the line. And as we do this slow tour around the circuit, you can see how the circuit's built. You know, it's a basic circuit. The dog leg is not, easy to build, but it was pretty, simple. It's a simple track to drive from a layout standpoint. But a lot of drivers look at oval and they think you can run flat, which you very much so cannot do here. Now Chris has left. He's given the pace control back to me. I think he's actually already in pit lane, and you can see a little bit of shuffling back there because Tevez fell behind Vina. It was a whole situation, but coming up to the green, you can see Chris over on the right. We can see the field just coming out of turn 4 now. I'm going to shut up and let you watch the green. So it was a perfect launch for me, heading down into turn 1, completely clear of everyone. Nov is already diving under Ban behind me. He's going to be my closest competition for the first majority of this race. Through the dog leg, just kind of running my line, ways off the wall, and completely missed the bottom in turn 4, which is not good because turn 3 and 4 is very flat. And Nov gets a huge run off the corner in comparison to me, but lead lap 1 and pretty good through here. We're just going to kind of sit and try and settle in for this race, although Nov is right behind us. He gets actually a really good run. I'm going to speed this up a bit because this is a few laps of him just kind of sitting in my mirror. I was just driving my line, and then suddenly, lap 5, he absolutely sent it up the inside in turn 1. We're going to watch that again. Absolute send. You can hear him downshifting. A little bit of contact, so he kind of shoves me out of the way. And then we're going to spend the next 5 or 6 laps just kind of chasing him. I was running a bit slower, trying to conserve my stuff. I wasn't downshifting, he was. And you know, see, he's starting to use the bottom of 3 and 4 more. Starting to cut the dog leg a little bit, not this lap, but just running, you know, right up behind him, about a second back, just trying to keep pace, and you know, just run what works for me. My car was building a little bit tight throughout this run. Already on lap 12, I was noticing, you know, I built the setup too tight, but it was okay. The car was running fine. I wasn't getting in the wall. And then into turn 3 on this lap, gets super sideways. I think he did this on purpose. I think he's just trying to have some fun, and then actually loops it off of 4, which I don't believe was on purpose. On board with him, he was sideways in turn 1. So I do believe that he was just kind of toying with me, just kind of having some fun. You can see the smoke coming off the rear wheels. This is definitely just him having fun. And then I don't believe that this was intentional. I think this was just genuinely looping it. And then this is turn 1, that same lap. Where he actually just lost it again, obviously burned up the rear tires, entered the corner, and it just looped. So, under our first safety car of the race, cutting through the safety car period, so it was like 3 laps and no one cares. Chris is going to go dip. He's having some fun doing safety car things, I guess, and he's going to let me have control of the field. Band pit, so Tevez is right behind me. Actually, the entire rest of the field pit, so just Tevez and I stayed out. Throw the green and get back on the gas, and Tevez immediately drops behind Ban and Nav. Nav clears Ban from the outside, and you know, it's a single file start, so I was definitely going to be clear, but just kind of watching my mirror for the next few laps as Nav is just sitting there, you know, trying to pump into fast laps, but he is right in my mirror. A few mistakes from him, you know, running a little high sometimes. But generally, also Tevez just slid right in front of us, which he tries to get to my outside a few times. And going into turns 3 and 4 on whatever lap this is, he gets a massive run off of the corner, which he tends to do. I mean, look at the speed comparison between us. And he clears me down into turn 1 before I think like I'm sending it. He gives me the space, so I actually go move up, a little bit of contact again with him. And still side by side through the dog leg, I cut it a little bit just to make sure he doesn't get up into the wall behind me or next to me, and then all the way down to the bottom in 3 and 4 just to try and clear him, and but he gets this uber run, so move to the inside to block it, and cut him off right there. A little bit of aero blocking, not as big in these cars as it is in the Indy car. But he got a huge run off in turn 1. He's going to cut the beam low. I get into the wall a little bit, just misjudge the turn. And I'm right behind him. Tiny bit of contact in the bump. Tried to get back on throttle, a little too greedy. Got into his side. He gets into the wall. Side by side down into turn 1 on the brakes. And he is holding firm on that outside. I want to give him space. I can't see him. And suddenly he's behind me. He's going to get this monster run off again. Basically just swapping positions every corner. Again, going to dive to his inside. A little bit sideways on corner entry all the way to the bottom. He's running about the middle of the paved. And I'm going to clear him again off the corner. He gets a huge run off again. But we end up under safety car. I cut out a good bit of it. He comes into the pit and leaves me as the leader. I'm still running my strategy, cutting through the safety car again because it's boring. He's still second because everyone else pit basically. and we're going back to green. He gives me a bump first, of course, I guess. And Tevez left. Back to green we go, and I get a great launch off the green flag. Obviously, being the one that controls the green flag is very helpful, but big loose off of corner 2, but still good and clear into the dog leg and into 3 and 4. You can see I take a much wider line than Nov did right there, which was definitely helpful for me, and cutting ahead a little bit, just running up, and as will become a recurring theme throughout this video, there's another safety car. We'll see him in a second. It's Chris again. I don't know what caused most of these safety cars, and unfortunately I didn't note them down. So, you know, he throws in the chat, hey, you know, I'm out on track. So, you know, I'm just racing to him. He's not gonna pass me. This is my fastest lap of the race, by the way. Coming up to the safety car. So that was fun. Just cutting ahead about 40 laps because nothing happened. Nov left, but he had a timing issue or something. So cutting through the safety car, it is now myself, Ban, and Skirt, who was acting as my strategist for a bit, but a lot of guys left and he asked if he could race. So he joined a little bit towards the middle of the race, and he was running very competitively. A little bit of wheel spin on this. This is what told me that my tires were a little bit worn out by now. But I was still running faster than Ben. I think just a slightly better grasp of how ovals work in this kind of car. You know, LFS drivers are very fast just generally, but ovals are not popular. Most of them don't really know how to race them, and you get an IndyCar which you go flat out everywhere. It's a lot easier for most of them. It takes a little bit to get used to the heavy cars they have to, you know, brake and everything for. Fast forwarding through a lot because nothing happened. I mean, I was just running about 2 seconds faster than Ban under another safety car. I believe this is number 5. There were 6 safety cars in this race. It was kind of ridiculous. But under the safety car, I believe that's actually Rashmade, who joined us for a bit in the middle of the race, as did driver Saul, who's not in the Discord for some reason. It's fine. Yeah, there's Saul and Rashmade. They're gonna go past. Ban is still on the lead lap because these safety cars are coming out basically right as I'm about to lap him. Lucky him. So, finally coming into the pits under this safety car. My tires are kind of shot, and I'm low enough on fuel that I will only need a small splash by the time I get in. Missed the original pit box I was going for. Get my damage repaired, cutting through the pit stop because it's boring to see me sit there for 30 seconds. Ban is now in the lead. This is the only restart that I didn't lead all race. Chris leaves, and I put it in control of Ban. He goes, I go, then I throw up a message. I believe we're the only ones actually in line on this restart. The other guys were coming out of pit lane, apparently, and Chris just decided to leave. That's cool. Cutting ahead, I passed him very, very quickly, and just started running, cutting ahead again to another safety car. So this must be number 4. There's a lot of safety cars running up at the top because Chris was running really slow and I wanted him to get on with it. Back to just the 3 of us. He actually spun trying to enter pit lane, which was dumb. No offense, Chris. He was awesome to have, but he did some dumb stuff. Anyway, fantastic restart again, and just leaving those 2 in the dust heading into turn 1. We are well over halfway through now, and mostly I'm just focusing on running the rest of the lap, surviving the race, just having a good race to report on. Cutting ahead about 60 laps because literally nothing happened. This is Ban. Ban's been running second this entire race. He's still on the lead lap by some magic. His car's pretty dinged up, but he's running very well. He's about to run out of gas in front of me. Miscalculated his fuel, ran out coming across the start-finish line. Now, I don't know this. I'm just coming through turn 1. Now, I can only see him here. So, what do? Well, I slow down. I don't know what's going on with him, and I can't hear his engine. I can't hear it over mine. I give him a bump. I actually ended up bumping him all the way around. He told me that he ran out of gas, so I just pushed him around the entirety of the dogleg and turns 3 and 4 into a pit stall. LFS bumping physics is very awkward, so this was very strange to do. Probably damaged both of our clutches, but it was fine. Trust me. There goes Skirt, because he doesn't care. He's like 50 laps down. So push him into a pit box, and then just kind of stop to make sure he actually gets in there, because I can see, when damage is going to buff out. And so I dipped. I've now lapped him, so the thing I was trying not to do. And at this point, I just said, okay, head down. We're just going to run whatever we can. Fast laps, slow laps, whatever. Coming in now, I believe this is like lap 170-something for some new tires because I'm starting to get slippy. Don't really need gas, but came in for tires, lap 171. So came in for some tires, some gas, and I'm good to the end of the race now. I'm on fresh tires. I can just run kind of whatever. And coming across the line, I believe this is 2 laps to go. I've got a 3-lap lead at this point. Skirt's like 50 laps down, and it's just the 3 of us left, which is unfortunate. Whatever. My only goal right now is just not hit the wall, not spin, just run clean to the end. It doesn't matter if I do spin, honestly, but I'd rather not. So, coming into the white flag, the final lap of this well over 2-hour race. I think we were all tired. I was very, very excited to see the white flag. And coming through the dog leg, gave it a good cut. And through turns 3 and 4 for the final time at Phoenix in 2025. I was so happy to see the checkered flag. Do a little shake as we go towards the line. Ran a pretty quick lap that last lap, still about a second off my fastest. And I am critically low on fuel. I'm at about 0.2% of my fuel tank left, which is a 1/10 of a lap. There goes Skirt, he finished 3rd. Band's gonna come join us in a second. Do a couple donuts just to celebrate, and I'm out of gas. That's it. I'm out of gas. I literally can't move. So it was very much so enjoyed this race. The Stock Car Cup is going to be coming to LOS in 2026, as well as the return of the FA Cup, Formula America's Cup, and some standalones. Lot larger calendar that will be announced soon. And one more round in the 2025 LOS season, the last round of the Formula America's Cup. That championship is still up for grabs, so that's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to the rest of this. I've got a video in the works for next week I think y'all are going to enjoy. And thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.